The honourable member for Tyndall Park.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Last month was I Love to Read Month, and there were several articles published in local media that focused on the need for more supports to help students learn to read. According to educators and parents, many students are experiencing distress and declining mental health because they lack the literacy skills necessary to read. Can those within our education system, along with the parents of young students, expect to see anything in Thursday's budget to improve reading supports for struggling K-12 Manitoba students?
The Honourable Minister of Education and Early Childhood Learning.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I will address the question. I just want to take a quick moment to give a shout out to our incredible Minister of Housing, Addictions and Homelessness for the incredible answers that she provided the House here today, and how excited I am to work with her department in addressing the issue of homelessness going forward, which really begins in the classroom. It begins, that's right. And our $30 million annual investment in the Universal Nutrition Program is only one of the steps that our government is taking to help address the issues that the member opposite just asked and some of the questions that the members asked earlier this morning. I look forward to sharing in my next answer more details about our government's plan on literacy here in Manitoba to support Manitoba children.
The honourable member for Tyndall Park on a supplementary question.
Honourable Speaker, the Minister doesn't need to waste our time here this afternoon. Providing children nutrition, we are absolutely on board with that, and we're so grateful the federal government enabled this government to do so. Honourable Speaker, despite there being several reports indicating that Manitoba has a fragmented approach to literacy, it's alarming to learn that some of these school divisions do not use the tools to assess for the appropriate levels of reading. This results in students not being assessed and often leaving them disadvantaged in life. Does this government support evidence-based, universal, mandatory screening for all students to determine their level of literacy?
The Honourable Minister of Education and Early Childhood Learning.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I thank the member opposite for that question. However, I do take exception to her insinuation that talking about the Universal Nutrition Program is by any means a waste of time. I also disagree that members of this House are agreed on that issue. We know that members opposite, on many occasions, many different of their members, including the former Premier of Manitoba, the failed Brian Pallister, called the Universal Nutrition Program a bad idea. We know that assessments are important. We know that supports for students are important. We know that small class size is important. But what the sector knows and has been telling successive governments for years is if you really want to make progress here in Manitoba, whether we're talking about literacy or whether we're talking about math, it begins before kids get to the class.
Time has expired. The honourable member for Tyndall Park on a final supplementary question.
Honourable Speaker, this minister is using this here as a platform to take credit for the federal movements. For the past 30 years here,
That's an insult to Nello. Come on.
Honourable Speaker, for the past 30 years, many school divisions here in Manitoba has been using the reading recovery model for students who are not meeting literacy grade expectations. The proven method for literacy is called structured literacy. And there are school divisions like Louis Riel and Evergreen who are leading the way and have seen their literacy scores improve. Does this minister believe that reading recovery is an effective literacy strategy? And if so, what evidence supports this belief?
The Honourable Minister of Education and Early Childhood Learning.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. We know that there are different models that are adopted and used across school divisions across Manitoba to varying levels of success, and we know that there is great debate about this. I really look forward to the details that we're going to be able to share on Thursday in our budget when it comes to how we are going to further support students. I do have to correct the record, though, Honourable Speaker. The member opposite has suggested that Manitoba is somehow following the lead or taking credit for the federal dollars on nutrition program. Let it be known that it was Nello Altamare and the leadership here in Manitoba that inspired the federal government to follow our lead and feed children across Canada. That will be Nello's legacy, and that is something that our government is going to protect into law through Nello's law.
Expired.